I can't tell you how much I didn't miss going to LAX. I miss the shows. I miss riffing in front of crowds. I always liked that aspect of it. But the travel, like I really figured out. I kind of learned how people stop doing stand up. Is you
Oh yeah.
just stop doing it, and then all of a sudden it takes about 4 months, and then 25, 30 years of just thinking about bits, just it just goes away,
Yeah.
and you
I
just
think
start driving, you'll see something, you're like, oh, that's amusing. And it's no longer like, let me
I
connect
think
this with this. And I'm gonna try that tonight at the store. I kind of like was like, yeah, I think I could maybe just sell everything, live in the middle of nowhere and have an old pickup truck and have people whisper when I went by, he used to be in that pedophile ring out there in Hollywood before he moved out here. What did you do? Like, did you drink more? Did you drink less? Did anything change or?
well, I just started drinking earlier and going to bed. I'd be up at like 4 in the morning sometimes and starting my day because happy hour started like, all right, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I have nothing to do. Like, you guys have kids, so you're kind of fucked. How many kids do you have now, Bill?
I
Yeah.
have two, and thank God I did because my liver would be face down in a puddle of alky sweat right now, dude. If I didn't have a wife and family, and all of a sudden all of this work that I had just got cleared out of there, and I had I got the 27 Yankees as far as like their lineup of booze, bourbon, and all of that shit. It's just been staring at me because I haven't drank in a couple of years. Pappy Van Winkle's, all that. I would have
Wait,
burned through.
you haven't drank in a couple of years?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, 2018 I stopped. End
Oh,
of 2018. And now I took mushrooms for the first time in February, and it made me realize all this shit I needed to face about myself. And then that's why I fucking abused alcohol. So now I'm just stone fucking sober. I don't even smoke cigars. I'm
oh
not
wow.
saying I'm done with all of it. I got to figure out all of this shit that made me want to, hey, look at me. I'm a comedian. Oh, I can fly a helicopter. Look at me. Do you like me? All of that shit came up. It's
That's
like, oh,
I,
yeah, no,
I
I
have
still
mushrooms
fucking hate
waiting
myself.
for me, and I'm terrified to do them for that reason. Like, I'll stare at them in the freezer and go, I gotta fucking do some mental laundry here eventually. I
Nah,
just
you're not going to
fight it
rip your
off.
eyeballs out like a fucking student film. It just sort of like I think it settles you into the real you.
Oh, I
Or maybe
know.
a part of you that you didn't know, that was just drifting right here. It kind of
Yeah,
takes
yeah.
your head.
I'm aware. I used to be a regular tripper, and over the
Right.
years, as you fucking age and you start storing so much baggage in the back of your skull, and you eventually, I want to trip again, but all that shit's gonna. It's like when you puke when you first eat mushrooms, and then, but it's the mental puke that I would have to do after that. Yeah, just
I'm
dealing with
just
all my
picturing Storage Wars. Like they cut that lock and then they open it up, and then like 30 years of shit just comes spilling out.
exact.
Anything valuable in there?
Father Cack?
Yeah. Are
So
you
when
do you have like tour dates and stuff? Because for those of you who are, I don't know, lived under a rock, Doug Stanhope is basically the best fucking comedian you're ever gonna see. That's still alive as he smokes another fucking cigarette. This fucking guy on just a whole other level, dude. Like, there's a lot of people putting on the rebel jacket and acting like they're fucking against the system. I mean, you've really just been that guy. The first time I saw you when you had the long hair. I saw you at the Laugh Factory, and it was just like, and everybody was going up doing their "Give Me a Deal" set. I gotta, here's my 20-minute set about my wacky family, so I can get on must see TV, right? And you went up there, and it was just like, you just made all of us look like fucking cowards, and it was just this 20 minutes of shit. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? I thought I was funny. And then I found out about you, and then a little bit later I found out about Hedberg. I was just like,
Oh man.
oh, that's where the bar is. Okay.
Oh
And
fuck! I just went down a Hedberg rabbit hole the other day. Like, every year or two, you just fucking go down a Hedberg, YouTube, fucking still holds up.
Do you know what's the most amazing thing about that guy was he did a Letterman set one time where he did a joke where he called back to a joke he did in a previous Letterman set and just let it lay there just to see if anybody got it. I mean, to have the balls to do that on
and he
on
didn't address the fact that it was a callback from a previous one.
What's that?
He didn't even address the fact that it was a callback.
He did it like he was doing a set and they hit pause for a year and then he just continued with the next like chunk. I'm pretty sure.
I wonder if they approve shit like that, because I've heard like Letterman, they'd go over every single prepositional phrase that you were going to say, or if he just said fuck it. And
it wasn't Letterman, I don't think, that made him do it. It was the fear of Letterman. Like what you found out when you did that show was that in a lot of ways, the booker was under more pressure than you were. If you went out there and ate your dick, that was it. You weren't coming back, and then you could pick up the pieces and go do a Friday night video so you could get the momentum going again, some shit. But like that guy who booked you, it was his responsibility. So if you bombed, like he had to face Letterman, and how I used to fucking handle the stress of it. A lot of ways I would be doing it for Eddie Brill, who was booking. It's like, I don't want to get Eddie in trouble. And it would take the pressure off of me and put me more in my comfort zone of, hey, let me do something for you. I got the Catholic guilt. I can't do shit.
When I did my first, because I follow rules way too much as you might call me a rebel. When I did my first Comedy Central, or my only Comedy Central half hour, they like nixed everything. And I was trying to do my same material, but without saying, like, I'm doing poo poo caca instead of shit and fucking. And then, cause that's what they told me I had to do. And it sucked. And then Louis was on the same filming and he went up and just fucking cursed. And I go, they let you do that? And he goes, no, fuck them. You just do it and they'll bleep it out. They spent all this money to film you. They're not going to fucking leave you, on the editing. I'm like, wow, I wish before I filmed it.
I know. Isn't that the worst? That's the fucking worst. Dude, I had that feeling so many. Like, I definitely, Bert, you must have gone through those things where you just, remember when you were just like, they like blue shirts. I'm wearing blue shirts this week.
Bro, I sat before my premium blend with Pat Buckles and a table full of comics, and she read my act to me to make sure that we could clear it. And it was so not funny. She was like, all right, so so you go out and you go, hi, my name's Bert. What are you thinking? Hot, sexy name, porn star? Wait, and then Bert. You go Bert. And I'm like, well, it's funnier the way I say it. And she goes, didn't you do it to me? I was like, I don't think it's gonna work, Pat. And she goes, okay, where the black chicks at? You say where the black chicks at? And I'm like, oh yeah, I do. It was, she just went through my fucking transcript, and I listened to my set right before I went out on stage, and I was like, this is going to fucking bomb. And then went out and did it. It was fine, but I have to be honest with you, it wasn't as good as Tig Notaro's. Tig Notaro murdered, not in the room. In the room, she bombed, murdered on television. I killed in the room and then bombed on television.
There's no rhyme or reason to those fucking things.
No.
Those Comedy Central ones, they used to just drag tourists in by the time I got one, no one wanted to go. So they would just get fucking people from like Hong Kong and shit that they found in fucking Times Square. You want to go to a American TV show? Oh, yeah. They fucking bring them in there. And there'd be this giant table of like Chinese people just sitting there like, what the fuck is it? And they were polite. They were smiling, but they had no idea what you were saying. And the comics would start shitting on them. And you want to be like, it's not their fault. They're just polite. They should have said no. They're on their best behavior.
With that half hour special, because they have the fucking warm up guy fluffing everyone. And so you walk out to this fucking giant round of applause. Oh, that's Michael Bean. I was going to ask you about him. Remind me. But
Okay.
so you get this fucking thunderous round of applause from all these people. And I said, sounds like all my fans are here tonight. Woo! And I go, okay, what's my name? 1,500 people dead fucking silent. They cut it out. They cut right from sounds like all my fans are here to the most awkward edit into my first joke.